Get over your fear, be real. In order to defeat your fear and make it trivial, you have to either make it littler or make your dreams bigger. When I initially began making a living on my own, I had no idea what I was doing, and I was coping with my own mind ghosts for the first time. It's solely in hindsight that I'm able to see what got me through it all. Even while I didn't know precisely what steps to take, it was my single-mindedness that kept me proceeding. I was besieged by my own fear, however I knew what I wanted, so I continued. Remember, you're in charge of your brain and what goes on inside. Have a deep look at your ideas and see how you're looking at what you wish and what you don't wish. You might see them, hear them, or feel them, it does not matter which. The crucial thing is that you learn to enlarge what you wish, and shrink what you don't wish. I'm not talking about brushing aside the bad stuff in your brain, simply making it insignificant for now. You are able to always reverse the procedure later if you wish. Whatever you feel may be altered. How you feel it may be altered. You're in total control. The only issue is that most individuals aren't willing to claim their power and take responsibility. Acceptance. The initial time I was asked to do an audio interview, I was anxious, however I knew that in order to achieve my goal, it was inevitable. I had to do it eventually. Thinking like this quieted me and got me pumped up about doing the interview. I was considering what I wanted. It doesn't matter if you're considering making a living doing what you adore or simply desiring to have an in-demand blog. Whatever makes you tick is great. This is among the chief ways I defeat my own fears day in and day out. I admit that they are there. I look at where I wish to go, and I move ahead, without thinking much, as if I already know where I have to go. There's no reason to second guess, and it will simply hold me up. It works for me. Regardless how afraid I am, if I'm always truthful with myself. I know where I wish to go, and I know what I need to do to get there. Any fear is trivial if it's holding me back. It's a waste of time. Everybody deals with fear, but the successful individuals take action and are willing to deal with failure and whatever foul things might occur. The only downside with my procedure is that it doesn't work on matters I'm not passionate about. For instance, I'm a little bit grossed out by insects, spiders and the like, but I've no motivation to do away with that fear as it's not relevant for me. How to make your fears trivial? By now, I'm certain you're already acquainted with how you are able to overcome your fears and make them trivial, but there's still room to make it easier. If a fear emerges, consider where you want to go and if you're moving in the correct direction. If you resolve you're moving in the correct direction, recognize the fear and continue moving forward. This procedure calls for courage to begin with, but when you're comfortable with it, it gets easier to believe that it works. Why is it that when you walk down the street and run into a sign that states construction, stay out, you directly consider the best way to get around it and continue moving forward, but when you're heading for a more satisfying life and something comes in your way, you stop dead? It's because of your disciplining, programming and the affiliations you've made in your life. Everything may be changed. Remember, you have the ability to do whatever you wish. There are no excuses. Every time I confront one of my fears, it shrivels and finally disappears. The most difficult part is doing it the first couple times. To muster up the courage to get going, I look at the options of buckling under to my fear and moving through it. Life nearly always looks greater when you confront your fears. If I buckle under to my fear, I'll live a life of sorrow. If I confront my fear, I'll continue growing and moving toward a more fulfilling life. A rough illustration, but I think you are able to see how I frame matters in my own brain. You have to discover a way to incite yourself. It begins by taking action and learning how your brain works. It's simple to believe that your brain, your thoughts and your feelings are in command, but if that's real, Why is it that you're able to observe your thoughts and feelings when you're totally present? How can your thoughts be in control if there is an overseer watching them? They can't. Breathe, relax and be in the now, and you become the observer. Next video, be grateful, give thanks.